Well, it was a brilliant, emphatic display by Mickey to success in the RaceNet Discovery Stakes, a lead-up race for the Eureka in 2 weeks' time, the $2 million event. And the performance, well, it had Pick Me written all over it. Joining me is a very excited part owner, Ray Sellwood. Well, Ray, congratulations. That was just an emphatic display by Mickey to success. Whose heart rate has recovered better, Mickey to success or yours?
Oh, I reckon the horse says, Mike. Yeah, I'm like super excited. And, you're in the game for 40, 50 years and, we're bred in it with my old man, had horses and that. And, to get a horse of this quality, it's a 45 year in the waiting. So anyone that's actually bred horses and sat on a bucket and watched a foal go around when they're born and that and dreamt of what they could be will know what I'm talking about.
Well, Ray, you've got every reason to be excited, along with your part owners. The fact that he had to do all the work and he was just dominant over the concluding stages. When Cam Hart decided to push the button, he just picked him up and left him in a twinkling.
Correct. Yeah, look, he ran a similar race in the Bonanza down at Melton back in March. And he went super then, and we thought, this horse is unbelievable. And then he put in a couple of AK runs, albeit against really good quality horses, but there was just something not quite right. And there's my dickhead owners. and anyhow, Clayton said, look, he's just not quite right. There's something not quite right with him. So anyhow, he thought he might have been a bit sore in the joints. So we treated him, and we took him to Charlton last Monday week, and he went super. And he said, I think I've got him. And he said that, and even as a 2-year-old, he said, I think this is a Eureka horse. So, for slot holders out there now, there's been a couple of conversations since the race with a couple of slot holders, and and that'll be left up to Clayton. He'll decide which one we'll go for.
Yeah, you all right? Yeah, your phone was certainly running hot after the race.
Oh, yeah, it's surprising. Yeah, I used to play a bit of sport and never run that hot when I was playing sport anyway, so...
Well, that performance, 29.6, 28.3, then 27.5, home in 27, and he looked like he could go around again.
I don't laugh at me when I say that. There's a little bit of leap to fame about him, but he just hasn't got that extra leg the leap to fame has. But who's to know he's not the next leap to fame?
Well, 28 starts, 12 wins now, and 8 placings. He's done a wonderful job for Emma and Clayton.
Oh, 100%. Look, I was first introduced to them by Danny and Joe and Clayton and Emma, and they've just turned horses around. That I've had some good horses, but they've made this bloke into something next level. Like, he was a pretty excitable young 2-year-old colt, and we thought, geez, we're going to get a phone call here from Emma, tell him to come and pick this dickhead up, and they just turned him around, and he's just a beautiful horse now.
Well, the Eureka's starting to build nice, so we're going to have another announcement during the course of tonight's meeting concerning the tab slots. So there'll be 6, 2 to go. Yeah. And so far, the field looks very evenly graded.
Oh, 100%. This is such an open race, and I've said that for the last month. It's just, I would hate to have a slot and try to pick a horse that there's no dominant horse in it. And the draw is so imperative to where they draw with the amount of 3-year-olds to be in it. The draw will play a huge factor in what starts favourite.
You mentioned your dad. You got the bug from your dad, Jim, as far as harness racing is concerned?
Yeah, he got infected by the old man, yeah. He had a horse called Mandicka Man a number of years ago, which won 10 at Moonee Valley. And he was a really good horse. He raced against the best and beat them sometimes, but not all the time. And, so that's where I got infected from, Mike. So. And now I've infected these blokes.
Well, the more the merrier. You said this is a horse that you've bred and it's so special to you. How many horses have you bred and owned over the years?
Look, I don't know, probably 30 or 40 odd over the years and that. And I always try and include my mates in it. And as I said the other day on a podcast, I've been burning through my mates at a pretty rapid rate. But, they're all still talking to me. It's just a way, like we all played football together. And we had that connection and that adrenaline playing football. And as you get older, you give away sport. So you need to stay connected. And this is one sport where you can, and we do stay connected. Like, we've travelled up here from Victoria and that, and, win, lose or draw, we've still had a good weekend and we stay connected. And, I couldn't emphasise that. Let's cut that one out. You know what a word I'm looking for.
You can't emphasise it enough.
Emphasise, that's the
So,
word.
so as far as the football is concerned, who did you play for?
Oh, gee, I wish you hadn't asked that, because these blokes over here are going to bag me. But yeah, look, I played for a few GVL clubs, and I coached the KDL club where most of the owners come from, a little place called Undira, which is midway between Shepparton and Eureka.
Away from harness racing, you're a farmer
I am.
by trade?
Horticulture mainly. My son's running it now. We've got Pink Lady apples, Queen Garnet plums, which is a new plum on the variety, which are going to be a super plum because they've got some, good quality health benefits and such. So he's organising that, and I'm trying to infect him into harness racing too, but not much success at the moment.
Ray, the thing is, once you get bitten by the harness racing bug, it stays with you.
Exactly that's what I'm saying. It's all about the drug called adrenaline, and you just chase it continuously. And sport's no different. When we're playing football, you just chase adrenaline all the time, and it's so addictive. It's so addictive, and when you can do it with blokes, like these clowns over here, like it just bonds you. And I've had don't know how many phone calls tonight after the race from people that have either been involved with harness racing or still involved one way or another, and it's just super exciting. Like you just wait your life for a horse like this.
Well, how are you going to go waiting for the next 2 weeks to pass?
Oh mate, it's just going to be absolutely phenomenal. Like this horse probably 2 months ago was one of the favourites on the futures for the Eureka, and then he dropped off the radar. But I'm thinking he'll be back on now.
Well, Ray, that was a superb win. Congratulations, and no doubt come Eureka night you'll be out here in force with all your mates, and no doubt you may have some more mates if that $2 million ends up your way.
Look, at the end of the day, the money's irrelevant. Like I said to you before, when you sit on a bucket in a paddock and watch that foal being born, you're the first one to touch it. You just got such an association with it. The money's irrelevant.
Ray, good luck for 2 weeks' time with Eureka.
Thanks, Mike.